Welcome back to part 2 of our Strat Off.
We're taking a Beck's Gears Strat kit, assembling it, tweaking it, and seeing if we can get it to rival a factory Fender Stratocaster. As we're going through this exercise, all the expenses we put into this, like sandpaper, paint, primer, and even pickups, we'll be keeping a running total in the upper corner. I needed to make ourselves a Strat profile template for the headstock. I took the neck off the factory Strat and traced the pattern out on a piece of Popular. I trimmed it up tight on our Win 9-inch bandsaw just to make it a lot easier to route out. Then I attached the trimmed piece using a double-sided tape and carefully trimmed the pattern out.
That had to be scary.
Yeah, having a spinning blade next to the finished neck, that was nerve-wracking. Use this method with extreme caution. She's making a copy of my template out of some 3/8 MDF board. One thing I have learned about cutting a headstock: practice is the key to success.
Before I was comfortable using the router on the neck, I practiced on scrap wood a few times.
It took me at least 3 times using the necks I had made out of scrap wood just to get the feel for it.
That's what it took. Practice. And practice.
Lots of practice. Yeah, now look at the confidence as you strut up the bandsaw. Deb traced out the pattern of the kit's headstock. I trimmed it up and handed it off her to route. Are you nervous?
Oh yeah. Terrified, actually.
Feels a little smoother cutting, doesn't it? Yeah.
Looking good.
Prep sanding the Beck's Gears Strat body was a breeze.
I used 220 grit paper on a sanding block.
So hopefully this is a little bit nicer of a spray thing than I had before. Then like if you got to get the bottom, you're gonna flip it up. All right, so this stuff is water-based sealer. The stuff wants to settle at the bottom, so you got to stir it. They say don't let it bubble up, but it will a little bit. It's going through a sprayer, so it doesn't matter if it's got a few bubbles. I just don't want it to have chunks of this stuff in it.
We are using Aqua Coat, sealer, and filler in our paint gun.
Just a little bit.
The neck and the body each got 4 coats, and we sanded in between with 220 grit. Oh, and we finally got a decent paint booth too, and we put it to good use. I'm using black primer as a base. The Color Shift Glitter Overspray was making quite a mess even with the paint booth.
The shop looked like a stripper had performed here.
They're called exotic dancers, and no.
So did your shoes. Ooh, shiny. Please stay tuned for a message from our sponsors.
Do you suffer from the embarrassment of showing the incorrect amount of cleavage for the situation at hand? Well, you're in luck. Introducing the cleavage dipstick, ensuring you have just the right cleavage at all times. Simply use the cleavage dipstick to gauge your exposure and adjust your wardrobe as needed.
The cleavage dipstick. Accept no substitutes.
Sorry I'm late. Had some car trouble.
You gonna sit for a while?
Oh, nah. I'll be alright standing.
What do you say?
Be sure to head over to our Patreon page to check out bloopers and more content that we could not put on YouTube. And like and subscribe.
All right, we're going to take a look at these new pickups that were funded by our Patreon members. Thank you guys very much. And let's see what the resistance is on these pickups as I work to get them out. There we go. All right, so we got some color-coded wiring. There we go. So bridge, middle, neck. It's backwards, but okay. So let's take a look. So let's go with bridge. What do we got? Let's see if I can get this where everybody can see it. Come on. 5.52K for the bridge, so kind of right in the middle of what they said. And middle pickup. .2 and the neck. Should be using alligator clips, but I'm not having it fit this one. And basically just 5.05 for the neck. All right, so not too unevenly balanced between the middle and neck, but the bridge is about 1K less hot than the standard Fender ones are. I'm gonna get the old ones unsoldered, and then I'm gonna get the new ones put in, and we'll see how they sound. So these actually are pretty nice pickups. I'll get a little closer view here. They have pushback style wiring on them, so this is gonna make it a lot easier and cleaner to put it all together. Go. And then worry about that red, which is metal, but for this one it is yellow. All right, and that is going to be the jack output. All right, we will test this in the morning. I'm pretty sure. I'm using black conductive shield paint. First time I've ever actually used this. I'm going to try this instead of copper foil. And this whole jar ran about $15 for about an ounce. Kind of expensive. But let's see how much of it I need. I think I'm probably going to get away with about 3/4 of an ounce here. When I'm done, I'll put the price up. See how far we've gotten on cost so far. So it's water-based. It cleans up pretty well. They say easy. It's soap and water. If you get it on the finish, you got to wipe it back off again. Actually, most of where it would show up on the finish is going to be hidden by the pick guard anyway, but I want to clean it up. And it dries pretty slow, but it's a real mess to wipe up, so be careful with it. But the nice thing is it does dry so pretty slow, so you do have some time to carefully wipe it away from where you need it. And they say one coat will give you 37 decibels of resistance, or noise resistance, I guess is what they're saying. Electrical noise resistance. And then 2 coats is 47 decibels. I'm going to go with a 1 coat for now. If I feel like I need any more, I'll come back. Got to use a clean spot every time you got to wipe this stuff, because you just wind up smearing the other stuff right with it. You just clean it up. So I said this is a mess. Tape off. That stuff ready to clean up. A little dab of water is all I'm using.
Be sure to stay tuned until the end to hear what our new pickups sound like bought by our Patreon members.